Hey guys, if you want to learn all the small little details that the pros are doing so you can carry your SOLOQ games easier, then this is the video for you. Enjoy. So you see how like Pace now, he already has the prio in his lane, so there's actually no reason for him to hit the wave trying to get level 2 first, right? Because his wave is already bigger, and if he noticed that Seri is gonna push the wave a lot, then he will start to hit it. But right now he's just chilling, right? He knows he's still gonna get level 2, and he wants, the reason why he's doing this, guys, is because he wants the wave to be in a favorable spot when he gets level 2. So Nautilus can actually hook and they can actually look for something, right? This is, I think, how he's resonating anyway. Because if a lot of people here and a lot of people in lower elo, they would just push this ASAP, try to get level 2 and then look to fight, right? But then, if the enemy player is smart, they just back off and they realize, hey, now you already pushed the wave way too fast, so I don't have to do anything but relax and stay at my tower, because I know now that the wave is gonna come pushing to me faster than I could have hoped for before, right? So Pace is doing obviously a really good job on this, just denying as much as he can. You see this creep, for example, is gonna be able to lose, and you see how what is doing so good as well is that he is, even though the minion is in last hit range for his auto attack, he's waiting still because he wants to deny as much as possible and wants to slow push the wave as slow as possible. So you see here, even though right now he could take this little creep, he's just chilling a bit until the next auto attack from the creeps is in the air, basically. So you see here as well, like this minion is just about to die, that's where he hits it. And he's gonna get level 2, instantly walks up, and I guess this Rakan is dead, right? Easy pickup for the first blood, and that might sound so simple, right? So simple. But if Pace did push this wave faster than he did now, Rakan could just back off and he would not get hooked like this. They would just be standing at their tower, I guarantee it. But now, because he is standing here and the wave is in the middle, Rakan is feeling forced to walk up, right? You see Seri and Rakan both walking up. This is because they want XP on this creep. And Pace knows this too. And now he just gets to level 2, hits Rakan, boom, insta-dead. So you see how the wave is positioned is so important when wanting to go for kills like this. So like there's literally like no mechanical play involved in this play. It's just about where he's positioning the wave, right? So now I got a kill. I mean, also got the first blood. Not bad. I just kind of shove in this wave, right? Look to base. And Pace just happy collecting the wave here, right? He's not gonna be able to force any good trade onto Seri, and Seri wants the base anyways, so if Kai'Sa would trade on her at the moment, it could be bad, right? Nautilus wants the base, Seri wants the base anyway, so why even trade HP that the opponent of yours is gonna be able to completely negate by just recalling, right? But if they can, if they want to, or like if they... if possible, Pace really don't want this Seri to base now, because now the CV go on top side, and they know that they're 2v2. The only downside is, well, Nautilus is like almost 1 HP, right? Like it's really, really low, and this could actually be where they have to drop their pressure just a little bit. That is a mistake for sure. You can see this is never going to work for them, I believe, unless... Okay, actually, wait, he actually gets them both here. Okay, doesn't get him in the end. So okay. So let's run right, because I'm doing this as well, so you guys can learn. But I'm also looking to learn. Like I want to learn from the best. I'm kind of surprised how this fight actually went into his favor. He does not have Q. He gets the passive off here. Ignites the cleanses the ignite first, rather. Gets completely isolated Q as well, so I guess everything is just isolated. Here's one proc on the plasma, on the Rakan. Cleanse the ignite insta. There is one stack. That's actually quite a lot of damage, right? I think he channels the W. The W and the Q at the same time. And because the minions are so, like, there's no minions in close to him, he actually gets isolated damage here. That's quite impressive. So here, you know, this doesn't really matter here that Rantos doesn't hit the hook. All he wants to do is force a fight because he knows even if Viego is here, I don't think they lose. Like, this guy's just way too strong and Lee Sin is here, right? So this looks to be another kill, unless that happens. It was really close from the Lee Sin to hit that. But where's his positioning when this happens, right? That's what we have to look at, because Nautilus sure that we can't really focus on him. I think he's just really ready here, right? Like he's just ready to be going forward whenever. Like the second Nautilus is going in range of this, he's just hitting, right? That should have been a kill for sure. It's so impressive how these guys are. They are so good at obviously knowing their limits. They're not scared to like go past them. But you see this too. Ceres is dead, and he has perfect mana for it too. You know, like he's not wasting any mana here. You see, he's not using W for example. Sure, he uses the Q just to get stacks off, but he knows he has one creep of 6. Ceres uses D. He's just kind of waiting for it. Now he knows it has no E, so now he's just gonna win this. Finishes the minion with the Q as well, like really clean. They're really well played. And those are the small things that they do, which might not seem impressive, but they just net them so much gold and it's like such a big lead that they just take over. You know, they'll end up going for Storm Racer actually. Super snowbally item, right? Super snowbally. And it's gonna be an interesting game too, because topside is kind of losing like really hard for him. So it's gonna be like interesting to see how he manages to carry this game. Like in this game, if you're playing in SOLOQ, like in a game like this, you cannot really afford to make any mistakes. Like you cannot afford to die stupidly. You can't afford to get caught. You know, you need to keep your CS number up, or Rumble is gonna take over. Like this is how it goes. Like Santi is not gonna be able to amount to much. Sure, it's still gonna be that tank that you want from him, but let's see how Pace does it. Of course, they know that they're 2v2, so he doesn't have to be scared here. He can just go in, and then he just flashes that. And it just looks so super simple, right? It looks super simple, but because he's so ahead right now, he has one item already. He knows that if he, as long as he dodges Rakan W, they cannot lose. They cannot lose. And now he's gonna get, looks like, almost another kill. Oh, the Storm Racer proc. No, was close. And that's the thing that these guys, sure, he's like reacting to that Rakan W or whatever, but he knows that that's the only ability he needs to dodge to be able to win that fight. And he tried to dodge it with his Z, but realized he's not gonna be able to make it, so he just decides to flash it anyways. And well, gets one more kill, gets to Nysera another wave, and that's the big thing here, right? Like he's always able to dictate when he's basing and when the enemy is basing, right? So means he's gonna build a CS lead of 25 and have 3 kills. Like it's just super snowbally, obviously. And what do you do as Seri and Rakan in this game, right? I think if I'm Seri, currently, I'm not really trying to slow push. All I'm doing is just shoving the wave in to my opponent's tower so that the wave is gonna bounce towards me, so I can just kind of chill at my tower, right? Like, there's not really anything you can do. Okay, so actually decides to go in here, and it's gonna win. Okay, so big. It looks so simple, right? But this play, I don't think there's a lot of players that would not just go for this play. He does end up. Let's see how he plays this, because he's not scared at all, right? Sure, Lee Sin dies, but Zeus' ultimate, he hits that. They don't really have Rakan ulti. They get the knockup onto both. He has that, dodges a stun with the ultimate. Just really clean. I need to check here, right? Because that's the thing that he has to worry about. He has to worry about Rakan flash ulting him or flash Wing him, for example, but because he has no flash, right? But now he knows Rakan has no ultimate, so that's like the first thing that you need to keep track of. Like I talk about this quite a lot in my last video as well, but doesn't matter if it's SOLOQ, doesn't matter if it's competitive play, you know, when you're doing a fight like this, you have to first take care of the position of all the enemy team, right? So here he spots Seri, he spots Rakan, and I think he's aware that yeah, Vega is here too, right? Obviously, so he knows the position of all of them. He doesn't spot He doesn't spot Ari at the moment, but I don't think it's needed, to be fair. She's not here. I think she's on base timer. And the second thing that you have to track, one, as we mentioned, is position. And the second thing that we have to track are cooldowns. Because as AD carry, you cannot just run into the fight blindlessly. You need to obviously be able to track your opponent's cooldown, because if you don't know what cooldowns are up or not, how can you play the fight, you know? So here he's doing a really good, obviously just doing a good job of being patient, kind of letting Lee die here. Not really a whole lot he can do about that fact, to be fair. But he spots, the most important thing is that spots Rakan using ultimate, and Seri using ultimate as well. So he knows that those two tools are already gone. And Rakan has no W as well, so essentially, Rakan for him is not really a champion right now. So you could see this fight as a 2v1 right now. Novice is here, right? So he's gonna be able to join the fight, but Seri is half HP as well, so Viego, basically a 2v1. And then he just not scared to go in. He knows he has ultimate to kite this ulti out, gets the auto attack reset there with the ultimate as well. And why I'm reviewing this fight so many times, because these fights are what makes or breaks the game. Like if he dies here, he gives shutdown, they get Drake, the game is at a stalemate pretty much, but enemy top lane is ahead then, and he's also letting go of his lead just a little bit, right? But since he does end up winning this fight, kills them all, perfect auto attack reset there, and also dodging the stun. Now he's just taking over, right? Like now, these are the fights, and he was just, it looks really, really simple. He was just really patient. He knew what abilities he had to dodge, and he knew what abilities he had to juke with his ultimate, right? So he just went in, he knew Rakan had no spells, and then Viego ulted, he made sure to dodge the Viego stun with his ultimate and also get the shield, right? So just, all in all, obviously really clean play from him, but looks really simple once again, but what these guys are doing in terms of patience, in terms of tracking these cooldowns, it's definitely impressive. And get his Q evolve. Gonna cancel that animation with his E. It's something you can do on Kai'Sa. I'm sure a lot of people know this now, but you can cancel your animation on your evolves on Kai'Sa by using either any other spell, or just clicking on the button with your mouse and pressing B at the same time, for example. So your recall basically cancels out as well. And this is like really beneficial if you upgrade something, if you want to upgrade two spells at once, right? Like maybe W and E. If you played the AP build, you know this would happen quite frequently. So let's see now how he keeps snowballing this game, right? Because he has a lot of kills. He's still really good in farm. He doesn't have two items quite yet, but he's gonna be able to get that soon. He has Q evolve, obviously really, really strong. They're gonna be able to pick up the Drake just for the fact that he's so strong on bot. And I think he definitely wants to just take this bot tower ASAP and then swap to top and play for top tower, right? That's usually how SOLOQ goes. You just wanna get that bot tower ASAP if you are the one snowballing, and then you swap around, because AD carries are so strong at hitting towers, and kind of negates that win con that the enemy has, because if Kai'Sa is laning into Rumble and Nautilus, he's not gonna be able to do much on his own, right? So just matching that once you have the towers is really, really key. The mistake that the blue side team can make at the moment is just fighting on top side, right? Which when they are not stronger, that's the thing. Looks like they're gonna take a fight there anyways. Maybe they win it. I think it looks like Viego was a bit alone, but when you're in SOLOQ, guys, when you have a 6-0 Kai'Sa who takes tower at 14 minutes and has 10-11 CS per minute, just play for the AD carry, guys. Like, they're gonna carry. They're gonna carry if you let them. Really close to this E evolve there as well, but doesn't quite get it. It looks like he's just gonna have to towards the top side, as we kind of called for. Probably want to play for the Herald. He wants to be close to all of the action right now, because that is the thing as well that a lot of people are doing wrong, myself included, right? Is that they play aggressive, but not because they have the spike or anything. But and Pace obviously been playing aggressive the whole game, right? But now he has two items, and this is the timer for you to group. Like group for objectives, group for like you still want to maximize your gold income by taking all the waves. But when you have two items and you know that you're like, he knows that he's the strongest character in the game. He wants to force objectives, he wants to snowball his lead, he wants to go for this Herald, doesn't want to give stuff away for free. And you can do this too, like play on your own spikes, like doesn't matter if it's one item or two items. I think usually for AD carries it's two items, right? If you can play, not safe necessarily, but play reserved until that point, and then once you have those items, you just keep doing these things. So you track the position of the enemy team in the fight before the fight is happening, you track their cooldowns in the fight too, and then you can just play cleanup duty, right? I think once again, like the reason why he's grouping now is because once again, he's like so strong. Like there's no way that they're not gonna win a fight if he is there, unless his team trolls like super hard, right? Which I mean, you know, they might do, but if I'm not mistaken here, they could just keep playing this fight. He just needs to be a little bit more patient. Well, the Cassandra is not being patient, so there is going in, but looks like it doesn't matter because okay, the tank duty is crazy. He might actually keep chasing this if it's W. No, it doesn't. Might just go for this, but has the flash, doesn't really want to use the flash, right? So once again, you see how patient he is though in this fight. Like he's not willing to die for anyone, and you shouldn't as well. I swear a lot of people here that would be like, hey, my boy, listen, yo, we need to help him out. And then they end up getting caught themselves, right? But he's staying patient, he knows now. So that's the thing what he's doing constantly in this fight, by the way. No matter how chaotic it might look, is that he sees here, okay, Ahri used ult, Rakan used flash, Rakan used W, Rakan used ulti. And now we need to keep playing, right? Ahri's ult is gonna be out soon. Now no Charm on the Ahri as well. And now we can go, right? Because now they pretty much have nothing. Rakan uses W there too, and now they have no CC. They have no CC. His position is really clinical here, to be fair. Like he's playing super safe, but he can still do damage. Like he's just letting his teammates take all the abilities, and then once they are done, he just goes in. Doesn't have to be easy. See how free he's hitting? It looks once again super simple, but when you're 8-0, like everyone has a target on your back. Like everyone wants to kill you and get that juicy shutdown. And he's not letting them. He's playing super slow and patiently. And then once those cooldowns are gone, he just takes over. Does end up getting caught here though. Actually does end up misplaying this, I think. Sure, the cleanse. The cleanse could have been a little bit better, right? But he gets surprised here by the Ahri. The Q as well could have been better, I think, to be fair. Like he panics, right? And this is like the first time you see that he's not the one making the calls. Like he was not aware of this. Like all the other things in this game he was aware of, but this one he was not. So he gets caught. He used the Q on the wave, right? So a bit suboptimal. The Ahri dodges most of that. Still ends up getting the kill. That flash could have been better, right? I think the ulti is obviously fine, but you see how like this is the first kind of moment in the game where he was not anticipating this. Like you see how caught by surprise he was. All of the other things he was just able to play was like super clinical, and now he ends up going for bot side because he sees that his mid laner is already taking the wave on mid, so why should he even bother going here? Just look for a fight. He's still strongest, the strongest champion in the game, even though he gave shutdown, and enemy team doesn't know here that he's actually here. So it's kind of, this is something you can do on Kai'Sa like quite frequently, especially when you have ulti. Like just pop out on a side lane, especially if your mid lane has already pushed, and just see what happens, right? There is so many fights in side lane where you can participate in when you're playing Kai'Sa. Now he didn't even have ulti, but it didn't really matter, right? It's a great hook from Not. And you see how clean it is at this movement. Like he's... Once again, you see how patiently he is waiting. He just doesn't want to get caught in the beginning of the fight. Rather let his teammates tank the CC. So now Rakan no ulti, Rumble no ulti. And now he can start to play, right? That's the thing, that's the good thing about this game, is that the enemy team is lacking in CC a lot. Like the only thing he has to dodge is Rakan. W, Rakan ulti, obviously Viego stun and our charm pretty much. The rest of the things are, he doesn't really have to do much. And you see how once again how rewarded he gets when he's patient in the beginning of the fight. Like he gets super rewarded for this. And I think a lot of people, a lot of AD carries, they try to do damage in the beginning of the fight, but then they end up dying or getting caught. And I promise you guys, this is not the way to go. Like you just need to stay patient. Let your teammates tank the abilities. Let Obviously don't leave them out to dry, but kind of invest them in a way, like use them to be able to carry the fight on your own. His team is playing well this fight, like that Naotezuka on the Viego on the ulti reset was really beautiful, but he is doing this all by his own, pretty much. Like, it's just this, it's just the champions that he's playing around. They're gonna be able to secure that match. It was really close, actually. And he is just scared of the Rakan W, right? This is why he can't go in at the moment. Now Rakan has no W, so he's gonna be able to step up just a little bit more. And they end up getting everyone. Maybe Lee Sin gets... Ah, he leaves that too. That is crazy, man. You see once again how like his patience is always like making him do crazy stuff. Dodges the... Oh, that's crazy. Really, really well played. I mean, I don't know what to say about this. It's just good clicks. Like what like can't learn shit from this guy. It's just like how can we ever beat Korea or China? Like how is it gonna happen? How is it gonna happen? Does end up getting Scimitar in there, so just fully going for that MR build, right? He's not scared of anyone else. He's only scared if he gets CC'd, right? So he just makes sure that he has Cleanse, he has Flash, he has Scimitar, like there's no way he's not dying this next fight. If he just keeps this patience that he has, right? It looks like they're just gonna end the game, all of this, or... Wait, they get 2 kills? That's a solo Bola on the K'Sante. That K'Sante got Giga camped, but didn't matter, and then he gets that. Yeah, they're just gonna finish it, right? They're just gonna finish it, yeah. Crazy performance, crazy performance. And it looked, this game looked so easy for him, right? But you have to remember, he had an inting topside. Like, his topside was not doing well, and mid lane was quite even, but I think Ari had a lot of moves in this game. But because he was so stable, it looked like enemy team never had a chance in this game, right? But I promise you, if that Drake fight goes not the way it went, and they end up getting the shutdown onto Kai'Sa, they can stabilize the game a bit, maybe the game looks completely different. But because Pace is so patient, and he's really good at tracking these cooldowns, and staying in position, he knows when to go in, basically. He knows how to try. Like, in this game, once again, you only have Aura Charm, Rakan W, and Rakan Ultimate, and also Lee Sin Kick Flash, right? Like, there is not a lot of CC in the enemy team. So if you can just wait, just know that you have to track these cooldowns, track the Rakan W and R, and track the Ari Charm, then you're good. You need to take care of the position of the Lee Sin, right? After that, you can start to walk up, but please start the fights out with a lot more patience, guys. You don't have to do 1k damage and then end up dropping. Stay patient, let your teammates like tank these tools that the enemy team has, and I promise you, you're gonna be so much better off. And it's also so much easier to see the fight from a bigger perspective if you're being patient, if you're taking care of these things. And once again, this looked super easy for him, right? We all know it's not this easy in the game, but yeah, really well played from Pace, and I think we can all learn a lot from this. Just the patience in the fights, how he was able to secure the lane advantage just because of that small, not pushing level 2, for example, already snowballing the game from that. So be really careful, guys. Once you have that control of the creeps in your lane, why even push? Why push faster? Doesn't really matter, right? It doesn't make a lot of sense to me as well if you're playing this kill lane. If you're pushing too fast, your support is gonna hate you, I promise. So yeah, that was Pace playing Kai'Sa, going 51-8 in Korean High Challenge in SOLOQ. And if you guys enjoyed this type of content, then please don't forget to like and subscribe on the video, and I'll make sure to go do more of these because I'm learning a lot, and I hope you guys can as well. So stay tuned, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.